Hello everyone, it is another beautiful day and I'm here to say good morning to you, top of the morning, and today I'm going to be doing a follow-up to my RWBY trailer analyses. So, I've already covered the red trailer, the white trailer, and today we're doing the black trailer. And after this we only got one more. So, the black trailer stars Blake, who we see first just chilling in this very aesthetically pleasing area for whatever reason. Just chilling on this rock thing, staring at the moon in this sexy pose, because that's what people do. And then, out of nowhere, Adam shows up and he's like, "It's time to go." She's like, "Okay." And that's when the music starts up. And, you know, this whole trailer looks beautiful. It's taking place on a train, and this train is going through this kind of like red forest. It's really cool, even though a lot of it takes place on the train, but the leaves are like red. It's all red. So there's a lot of red despite the trailer is called black, but there's a lot of shadows happening here, which is fitting because the song playing is called From Shadows. And I kind of don't like the fact that like we went from red like roses, mirror, mirror, and then from shadows. Yeah, that doesn't really have the nursery rhyme or the like childhood like cheek and tongue that the other two had. It's just kind of like a black themed thing, very much how I Burn on the next one is not going to be that representative. That's more representative of Yang's character than it is her color or anything like that. But anyway, From Shadows is a really cool song. This whole trailer is different. This actually feels a lot more like the show. Not only because there is, you know, the cringy voice acting, which is finally introduced. This was the first time we got voice acting, and it was of Adam and Blake, which are not like the best voice actors in the show. And at this point in time, nobody in the show is good at voice acting. Let's be honest. But anyway, we get these two. They're overlooking this train. They jump on the train. They find this hatch. You know, cool aesthetics. I like what's going on here. The train itself feels like it's an actual fucking train moving at all times. It's high energy. The song itself also high energy. It's much more of a rock song than the last two. And the trailer itself, there's a lot more colors and things going on, whereas the red trailer and the white trailer just seem to have like foregrounds and backgrounds. This actually has like fully developed scenes. Like we get trailers and hills and not trailers. We get trains and hills and the characters and these robots, which when they jump on the train, there's a bunch of fucking robots, which we can later assume is part of the military, this whole military thing that's going on later in the show. I assume that's who they're stealing from. A lot of this we don't learn that much about, even if it is canon. And we still don't even know that much about Adam. Like, I don't know, at least where I'm at in the show, we don't know, like, because he's a faunus, we don't know his animal traits. We don't know what his eyes look like. He's a very cloaked in mystery character. And this is like one of the most things we know about him, is this thing he does with Blake. Which, Blake, by the way, I don't know if I've said this before, she's probably my least favorite of the four main characters. She's not all that interesting to me. She's not like, she doesn't have like obvious personality traits, and even though she's supposed to be this melancholy, moody character, she doesn't act like that a lot of the time. It's just kind of her demeanor and her outsider characteristics. And her design in the first season I don't like at all, really. It looks too like lingerie. Like, it doesn't look like at least with Yang, I feel like a normal person would wear that. Not a normal person on the street, but you know, like a person a part of this world, something like that. Whereas what Blake's wearing, you know, the bow at the top obviously makes sense for its own reason, but like the rest of it, like, just looks like a weird fucking lingerie thing. Like lingerie that has like more clothes. I don't know. I never was into her design, and her weapon, where she like throws around a gun on a whip. I forget the name of what that is, and the gun itself has a blade, so she's able to kind of have like this God of War chain whipping effect, and also have like a gun be attached to it. She just doesn't use it for all that cool of things. This trailer is the most like cool thing she did. This and like this other fight that I'm thinking of in season 4. Yeah, like I think there's just a lot of what I don't like about Blake is coming across in this trailer. And inside the train, you know, it's this darkly lit, very claustrophobic scene, and they're just cutting through all these guys, you know, making mincemeat out of them. They're nothing. And then out of nowhere, we get this bigger guy, this big tanky creature. And meanwhile, the whole song is just rocking, like very fun energy going on here. And it's kind of apparent that they're not going to beat this guy because he just shoots him down. And then this is more the really bad voice acting where Blake is like, we got to get out of here. Or earlier on, they were trying to blow up the train. And he was like, get the explosives. And she was like, but what about the people on the train? And he was like, what about them? But their mouth flaps weren't working at all. They obviously just didn't know how to do that back then, because maybe that's why the first 2 trailers nobody was talking. So, and that doesn't even, like, that's not even brought up after that. So this big creature fucks them up a little bit, shoots them outside, and once they get outside, there's some more bad guys. They cut them up, but the big tanky guy comes back. Which, you know, these guys, I like that they fight like they've been fighting all the time. They fight like they're a couple. And by now we've heard we have a duo. This is a duet song between this other guy that's on the soundtrack. So it kind of makes sense, like this girl and this guy fighting, and this girl and this guy singing. And he just comes in. Like, it's strange because we've never really heard Casey Lee Williams in the past trailers like rock, let alone like with another person. And when his voice cuts in, it's kind of like just like, oh, okay, like it's like, oh, that's new. He's just like, born with no life into subjugation, and then she comes back, treated like a worthless animal. It's very, again, just very high energy. I like it. But yeah, when they're fighting this big dude, when they get outside, they're by themselves in this big creature, and Adam, for whatever reason, he's able to just, like, he gets, I don't know what his semblance is, that's another mystery about him, but I guess when he got shot or something, he, like, got stronger, because he literally went from, like, and I assume that's what happened, because, like, the thing on his head turns red, his hair turns a weird color. Like, I think he just was able to store all the energy from the monsters in his sword, because it's like he charges it up and then he just one-shots this fucking monster. And I like the way that the color, it's like Mirror's Edge or something. The way it's like just black and red. I like when they simplify the colors to just like 2 things. Oh my god, that is so fucking beautiful. I wish the whole show looked like that. But yeah, anyway, after that, we catch up with Blake, and she detaches the train, like the front half and the second half, so it like separates them. I think at this point, Blake, I don't know, like, if she knew about what was going on with the train or whatever else. There's definitely some miscommunication between the two during the trailer, and whatever reason that upset her. So she says goodbye to Adam and then detaches the train, and that's where they part ways. In canon with the show too, that's where she leaves Adam and then eventually goes on to help form Team RWBY. So, and I like the way that like her silhouette becomes like this black silhouette in this otherwise red background. That looks so beautiful. We get her silhouette on the Team RWBY end card. So beautiful. I really like that. It's a great way to end the trailer. And then we get, oh, see the premiere, July 5th. Yeah, so that's really cool. I think the trailer itself was really, really cool. I don't think it was good as the black trailer, or as good as the white trailer. It was probably better than the red one. I do think that Blake is just not as good as a character as the other one, so that kind of held it back. Not to mention that it felt like when the voice acting came into effect, it was kind of just like, oh, okay. Like, it was a sign of things to come, which it certainly was. So, that was my thoughts on the Black trailer. And this one is still really good. I love it. It's just not as good as the other ones. But I do really like the From Shadows song. I think it is actually a very jam-out-ish song. I like the duet complex. And yeah, that was my thoughts on that one. I'll see you guys tomorrow with another episode of Good Morning Soul. And until then, you the best. Thank you for watching. And with that, I leave you.